the final gathering time. The final gathering time will be on Wednesday, December 16th. You're not even giving us 2-hour blocks. Yikes. Okay. 10:30. Okay, this is telling me that it will be 10:30 to 11:45, and this is on Wednesday, December 16th. Okay.
So it's during our normal meeting time on Wednesdays, what we do.
So,
Okay.
yeah. Let's just, Kelly, will you just send a note to everyone that I messed up on that? And so the final gathering is Wednesday, December 16th. What did I just say? 10:30 to 11:45.
Okay.
And we'll send out a Zoom invitation for that.
And send out a Zoom, okay. Announcements.
I haven't sent any for all of the classes after Thanksgiving are on Zoom, and I'm expecting everyone to come to both the Wednesday and the Friday sessions after Thanksgiving.
Change in final meeting.
Yep. Thank you for asking that question. Yeah, no, I guess I should have been alert to the fact they've changed so many other things that they probably have changed that too. So, you know, for 10 years it's been what I said, but you know, what can I say? All right, we're ready to roll here. Let's start with 27.5, and we've got Part A of Roman numeral 3, and we're asked in the key of B flat. Is everybody with me? Just talking through this so that we, you know, just keep the wheels turning and make sure we're asked to do an Italian 6th to 5. So in B flat, how do we get to the Italian 6th? Flat 6 to begin with. Sharp 4, does he have it? Pretty much. Okay. I think it has an odd sound. Can you come back to the board?
Yeah.
Let's switch the tenor and the soprano voice. Last chord, you know. The reason I think this works better is the tritone between the alto and the soprano if you resolve it in. See, you had, it's okay, but this I think is a better sound. Okay, next, let's see, we've got in the key of A minor, we're asked for the French 6th, and let's see, the French 6th is going to have the 6th scale degree on the bottom. You got it way down there. And then a sharp 4. Well, it's very unique, but there it is. I probably would have spaced them a little, something like that. I would have spaced them a little closer, but that's all right. That's okay. 3 is in the key of F sharp minor. We're asked for a German 6th, and then we resolve to the 5, but with that suspension. Okay, so German 6th in the key of F sharp. 6th scale degree. D, that is correct, and raised fourth. There it is. I think we got trouble in your soprano. Where did the A flat come from?
Oh, I know what I did. I was thinking in major.
So it's the sound of a German 6 is just like a dominant 7. And then we're holding this, we're resolving. We've got the augmented 6 and the bass and tenor resolving out to C sharp. And then resolving down, that's nicely done. That's very good. And we've got, let's see, they all have a copy of this so they can be looking at it. Okay. Now we're in E major. So flat 6 in E major is C natural. All right. Wow, interesting spread there. Which is fine. I might, you've doubled the E, and I might have been inclined to put the tenor up an octave. So it's the tenor's playing the same note as the alto, and then come down.
You would have the E resolving down to the D, and then here you would have this.
And then I would put the F sharp in the alto, I think. It just seems to me that when we at least keep a cluster of voices together, we just end up with a better sound. And again, I apologize that this semester and situation has not allowed us to sing, because it's the old, does it sing well, that is the test. But we'll just get along. So here we go. Now we've got 27.5 part B, and you have done 4 and 5. And that's 3. So and what's the last one, is that?
That's 6.
Okay, so let's start with 3. That's the blue one.
Well, that's 2 of them, it's 2 and 3.
Oh, I see, yes, I see now. Okay, so 2, let's say we're in C sharp minor. So we're asked first of all for the 6th chord, which is an A major chord. And then we're asked to go into the French 6th. Okay, we're missing the 3rd of the chord in the 5 chord.
Oh,
I think what we need to do is get a B sharp in the tenor. So something like, do you understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because I think we don't get a clear sense of the progression unless we have the 3rd of the chord in 5.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that. I thought I put the 3rd and 4th in there. I think I meant to do it as a B sharp because in treble clef, that's a B sharp, but it's a D sharp.
Yeah.
And,
Okay, well, as long as we're all together and in agreement on that,
yeah.
and everyone, be sure you're checking your class there. You're gonna have to come and retrieve that marker.
So I can fix it?
Yep, you are. I think we have to have fix, so you're gonna need another Y
Yeah.
to borrow this marker. And, yeah, I just hate to leave anything on the board that isn't fixed. that's good. Now let's do, the next one, which is example 3, A minor. We're asked to use a German sixth in there and then resolve to 5, but with the suspension. So let's see what we've got. So in A minor, we lost all of our sharps, so we have nothing in the key signature. And let's think about this. German sixth is a major triad built on 6. So there we go, that's good. With raised 4, very good. And then just hold those 2 notes over. You know, and just to be, you know, stylish about this, you might just tie tie the notes that are,
the same throughout.
yeah, so that we get something. It just, you know, it just makes it, oops, what are you doing?
I thought that's what you wanted me to do, and then.
No, all you needed to do is add a tie.
Okay, my bad.
No.
No,
Tie, a tie.
where?
Well, you can only add ties on the same note.
Oh, duh, okay, sorry.
No, right there, between the German 6 and the 5. Tie the A and tie the C.
Okay,
Aha,
there we go.
there we go, so now dandy, okay. Now we've got next, over here for Logan, we've got exercise 4. And this is F minor. She's not gonna throw it at me this time. Okay, let's see. Here we've got F minor. And we're gonna end up with a French 6 in the, along the way. So F minor. 1, and here's a handy dandy little double passing tone. French 6, we need the flat 6, we need the sharp 4. Nicely done, I think that's good. Okay. And now 5 is E flat. So we're gonna start in E flat, right with the 5, 6. I mean with the flat 6, sorry. And that's there. Into a German 6. Nice, I think that's good. All right, and this is 6 finally over here. Colin, you're gonna have to just duck your head so I can see. This is B major, and we're going to have an Italian 6th here. So, B major 1, and a minor 4, in first inversion, and then Italian.
Oh, did you forget to, make something flat because it's
Yeah,
a major?
it's the resolution to that final chord that I'm puzzling over.
No, the Italian 6 needs to be flat, right?
Flat three is there. Okay, yeah, a little closer spacing, I did something like this. It's somehow, I guess you did resolve the tritone, it's somehow that, that would be a German, so just an Italian sixth, we do have to kind of spread it out there. Okay, that's fine, that's good. All right, let's come to the front board. Now, this is 27.6, and we've got B, starting with B first. This is on page 331 of the workbook. D major, 1, and then a secondary diminished 7 to 2. I think we'd have a richer sound by taking the alto to E instead of G in the last chord. What we have now is that spacing in the middle. So just take that to
But then
E.
that makes parallel fifths, doesn't it?
No, it does not. A diminished fifth to a perfect fifth is not parallel. Okay, next one is, we're still in D major.
I think that's all in one excerpt, actually.
Yeah. And we were asked for a 7 diminished 7 there. So, what are the notes we need in a 7 diminished 7? We're gonna have to have a B flat somewhere in there. We have C sharp, E, G, B flat. Oh, now you're cooking. And my sensibility just wants that tritone to resolve in. Let's leave it like that for a minute. And then secondary of 4, so we're gonna have to have a what chord? A D7 chord. Will you give me a C natural on that passing tone?
Yep.
That'll give us the 5/7. Then you need a minor 4, so you're gonna have to have a B flat in that chord. In the soprano.
I just completely realized I forgot all the sevens. Oh wow.
Good. So this is minor 4.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to have a B flat in the
Yeah.
soprano. And then an inversion of, all right, that's pretty good. All right, let's do A1.
Not much fun this week.
This is E E minor, okay. So 1 to 4/6 to the Italian. And then the suspension. So again, as I pointed out on the backboard, Colin, you could put a tie over the
Yeah.
bar line on those inner voices.
Mhm.
And, you know, and it would be a lovely thing. Yes, your question.
So on the last beat of measure 2 in B, since it's a 5/6/5, why didn't it start on A, not F? 'Cause
Which one?
beat 3 in.
Well, because 5/6/5 is an inversion.
It's a cadential 6/4. So the first chord in that progression would be a D major chord.
Okay.
You still look puzzled.
I am a little bit, but it's fine.
Are you talking about the second measure, third beat?
Second measure, yeah.
It's not cadential then, because
Yeah.
it's just an inversion, not 4. Secondary dominant.
Which measure are we in?
Oh, I was thinking that was a 6, that's why. That's my bad, never mind, sorry.
Okay. All right, so A1, let's see, did we get it? Okay, and 2, here is, I gotta get myself on the right place, C minor, so a 1, and moving into flat 6, and to minor 4, and, oh, I'll tell you, that's pretty darn good, the way you did that contrary motion in the soprano.
Thank you.
Take a bow, that's good. That's well done.
Everything hurts. so.
You got it. All right, let's dash into the anthology, please. Okay, and we need in the anthology, what did I just, starting with 282, is that where we are? And we're looking for French 6 chords. So what is the key center of 282 in the anthology? Are you with me?
Not yet.
Not yet. This is on page 212. We are in D minor, that is correct. So if we're looking for a French 6th in D minor, it's gonna have what notes? It's gonna have the 6th scale degree, B flat. It's gonna have D, a major third above. It's gonna have the raised 4th, which is G sharp, and then a major third below that, E. So it's gonna be, that's gonna be the chord. So here we go. E. I have splits on every finger. It's just agony to play. Any doubt about where it is? When I lean on it and poke you with it, pretty easy to recognize, right? Okay, so 283, this Schubert Mass, we are in what key, folks?
G major.
Well, that's our key signature. So, and we end up in E minor, so let's just see. We're looking for French 6. Oh, that's interesting. secondary something. What would you call the chord in bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in bar 6? It's a dominant seventh of something. Of C, and what is C in E minor? Yeah, secondary of 6. Just making sure you picked up on that. Okay, let's go to 284. A minor. So where's my French sixth in there? It's one of those where you, if you blink, you might miss it.
What are we talking about, 284?
284, we are talking about.
Measure 2, B3.
No, what,
Was
The
it?
fourth measure,
fourth measure,
beat 2.
beat 2, and it is the and of beat 2, yes. So let's spell it out just to practice. We start with the 6th scale degree on the bottom, F, and then we raise the 4th scale, D sharp, and we have the A, which is a third above flat 6. French 6th is an interesting animal. How many tritones do we have in a French 6th?
2?
2, we do. It's kind of a special chord. And when you're thinking about your voice leading 2, you gotta pay attention to those. 2, all right. This little Schubert Sonata excerpt, 285. How many of these have we got today? I'm just gonna review that. Oh, time is flying. Am I on the wrong? Am I doing the wrong numbers? What is wrong with me? Did I changed these too, didn't I? In the updated. I need to throw this paper away that I have. I did change them. So it's 282 through 295. All right.
It's not like this one, we're doing like all the wrong ones.
No, well, we've been doing the right ones according to this. It's just my printed page is faulty. So, if we're in A minor, and we want a French 6th, what note's on the bottom? F, 6 scale degrees on the bottom. And in the chord, we have raised 4th, D sharp, right? And so then we got D sharp. So then here's another nifty way. Here's remember 101 ways to the augmented 6th chord? Here's another nifty way to do French 6th. Get the augmented 6th and do a tritone off each tone. Tritone up from flat 6, tritone away from sharp 4. Isn't that nifty? Yeah, we got all these little tricks to get these quickly, but that's what we got. And this thing in measure 3 of this example is kind of, you got that inverted pedal in the tenor. So it kind of messes with the sound. It's kind of there in the middle of the French 6, so it's not as clear cut as the others. Let's do 286. So this obviously is C minor. So in C minor, the 6th scale degree is A flat. And the raised 4th scale degree is F sharp. So there we are. Last beat of next to last measure. Lovely, isn't it? And look at that. We got tritone between A flat and D, F sharp and C. So that's the new tricky way to get the French 6th. All right, let's see, what time are we dealing with here?
It is 11:28.
Okay, I've got 12 minutes, theoretically. Well, let's just see how far we can get. This is the Schubert Symphony. So if we're in kind of an A minor, the chord's going to have what note? F natural, and 4th scale degree in A minor is, so it's going to have F and D sharp, there they are. And just, playing around with our little new trick, F to B, tritone, D sharp to A, tritone. There it is. Don't you love tricks like that? Just have to think about those in the voice leading. So this Grieg Elfin dance. Oh, come on. Between eyes and split fingers. Here we go. Okay, E minor, C and A sharp. Did we get it?
Yeah.
Was it what we wanted? Is this a B flat? What are we talking about the 4th line, last measure? That's a fully diminished 7th chord, but in the end, there it is. Next line, 2nd measure, and that gives us everything we need. 6th scale degree, raised 4th, and then German. Well, let's listen. This is 290. Unusual little piece, isn't it? Because it starts right out on the augmented 6 chord, doesn't it? Ah, what's happened here? That chord is spelled as an F sharp dominant 7th chord, isn't it? And is it the same? Look at those notes, and this would be measure 8. Look at the last half of measure 8, and look at the first half of the opening measure.
It's just a half step lower.
They're exactly the same notes, but spelled and harmonically.
Oh. Ah.
Exactly. And this chord can resolve. Then we just get this goofy little string of dominant 7ths going, but isn't that interesting? How you can take that French 6, spell it in harmonically, and where do we expect it to go? If we're in B flat, we're going to expect it to go to the Neapolitan, aren't we? Do we ever quite get it? We don't really quite get it. We get kind of a dominant 7th version of it, and then we just kind of glide through those other 2 dominant 7ths, secondaries all to the end. Kind of a goofy, but sort of wondrous example. Let's see, now we got 291. So this is a chapter where we're supposed to recognize augmented 6 chords when they're not in the inversion that we normally expect. So this is C major, but when we get right down there to the 3rd line, we've got sharp 4 on the bottom, and we've got flat 6 in the top. So it's just messed around with. Is everybody with me on that? Okay. This is one of my favorite pieces. I call this my piano test piece. It's from the Granados Valses Poeticos. And there's a misprint, there's a wrong note here. This is a problem with Granados scores, and I did a lot of study and work on this when I spent my sabbatical one time in Barcelona. But in the last line, 2nd bar, and when I studied this with Alicia de la Rocha, those notes, instead of a G first, it's B flat and G. So where is the augmented 6 chord in that little? If we're in D minor and we get a G sharp in the mix, do you see where it is? unusual, isn't it? But there it is. And the function, you know, is pretty much what we expect. We're going to A, which is the dominant of D minor. So it's just interesting how that can occur without having to have flat 6 in the bottom and sharp 4 in the top, or in the above it, you know, it's just reversed. So it's like you take an augmented 6th, if you invert that interval, what do you get? G sharp to B flat is what interval?
Diminished third.
A diminished third. And then it just converges on the dominant. Yes, sir?
So like if you see this in music and you're analyzing it, how would you analyze it since it's not in like the inversion that all the examples we've been writing? So like would you write it at whatever the chord is, if it's like an Italian 6 but it's not in?
I just call it a French 6 or Italian 6 or
Okay.
whatever. It's just illustrating to us that it doesn't always occur in the cookie cutter textbook way. Let's see, we've got 293. Let me see what else we've got ahead of us.
How is it, 294?
Okay, so let's do this. This is from one of the middle movements of the Unfinished Symphony. Okay, do we have an augmented 6 chord in there somewhere?
Yeah, third, one, fifth, one, five,
And we didn't hear it because guess what? I played C natural as C sharp. Made it sound like a fully diminished 7th chord, but there it was. German 6th in E major, so we had C natural and A sharp, resolving to the dominant of E major. Everybody with me? And guess what? According to my phone, that's it for today. I have kept you over so many times that I will try to get you out on time today. Now, what's happening when we meet on Friday next for you? You're gonna have the dog and pony show ready for me to look at,
Oh, yeah.
plus the workbook that's designated. Okay? All right, folks. Be safe this weekend. You know we're in deep trouble in the state of Idaho. I listened to it on the way in this morning, so we've got germs everywhere, so try to stay clear of them. Please.
Be safe on the roads.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know if it's still snowing.